Hey, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome to Rob's Rules. I'm Rob. This is
My daughter
Maya,
Hey.
and this is a special guest. I had to dig deep in the trenches because we were at war, and who we at war with? The Amber Turd fans, of course. So I had to find somebody who's fighting in the trenches, and who else could fight a war but a general? A general. The General Zod. How you doing, General Zod? How's everything?
Oh, it is great, and I guess I should do my promo since people probably have never heard it. But unless you're on my channel, it is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money-taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in YouTube entertainment today, General Zod. And thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate being able to come on and talk to you about this stuff.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you on, General. It's great to see. Oh my God, my daughter. Okay, so my daughter does this thing every time. That's why she's here. She does what's called the roll call, and she goes through people in the chat and she says hi to them. So I'm going to give her 2 minutes of YouTube fame. So here's my daughter, and we're going to do the roll call. You ready?
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about General Zod, and then we're going to jump into Johnny. So let's go, Maya. Ready to say hi? Okay, so we're going to start. Wait, we're going to start way up here. So you're going to start right here. Say hi, hooray.
Hi, hooray.
All right, there we go. So, say hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
There you go. Let's keep going.
Hi,
Silver Widow.
Hi, Silver Willow.
Silver Willow.
Hi, Silver Willow.
There you go. Just say the first two initials. What's the two letters?
Hi,
JD. Do you know J and the D?
yeah.
Oh
Hi,
boy,
JD.
Maya, you don't know a JD.
Hi, JD. Hi, Sally.
Hey, Sally Ann.
Hi, Sally.
There you go. There you go. Okay, we went through all the. Oh, this is Galette.
Hi, Galette.
There you go. wait, hold on, wait. Okay, this is Armel.
Hi, Armel.
There you go. Hold on, we keep going. I don't know if anybody else is here. Oh, there's another one.
Hi, Amanda.
There you go. You got that one right away. Can you say this one?
Hi, Sandy.
There you go. How about
Hi,
this?
Linda.
There you go. Okay, you're recognizing names now. Hold on. You say that one?
Hi, Peta.
Peta, there you go. Let's see if there's anybody else. Oh no, I've lost it.
No.
Oh, here.
Hi,
Alan.
Hi, Alan. Hi, Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany Daniels is here.
And then she said hi.
She said hi, yes. Who's that?
Hi.
Tudor.
Hi, Tudor.
There you go.
Hi.
Yazida.
Hi, Zita.
And this is?
Hi, Mary.
Mary Lynn, right? Okay. Hold on. That's that might be hard. That even for me, Kaylee.
Hey,
Kaylee. Oh my God, Maya, too much, man. Wait, we'll do one more. Okay, we got. Can you say that one?
No.
Caroline.
Hi, Caroline.
Okay, we got to say hi to
Hi.
Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
There you go. Do we miss anybody? Oh, Janie.
Hi, Janie.
There
How
you
about Margot?
Margot. Yes, Margot is here. So.
Merry Christmas, everybody. And can I tell them the new?
No, you gotta go clean your room. Go get out of here. So I just want to say hi to everybody. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We got a lot to talk about. In case you didn't know, Nick Wallace, who's has a good Twitter handle, he has dropped a whole bunch of stuff about Johnny Depp's appeal in the UK. We're gonna go over that today. But first, I want General Zod to talk more about his channel and what he does on the channel and live streams or whatever he does. So let's take it to the General.
Hey, guys, if you guys don't know, I do a lot of different things on my channel. I cover a lot in the entertainment realm, not specifically just Amber Heard, but I also wanted to branch out into other people that have been affected with this stuff as well. Chris Pratt, things like that. I try to talk about the all-encompassing effect, what the media is doing, and specifically how these horrendous people seem to get backed, and the media tries to tear down these good people like Johnny Depp, people like Chris Pratt for his religious beliefs, and things like that. Like, this is a problem, not just specific to Johnny Depp, but like now in Hollywood, they want to destroy all of these good people. And this was brought up to me by my good friend Stevie J. Raw. We did a stream together, and he really clued me into what you guys were doing. And I was doing something with the WWE and them having molestation cases against little boys. And when he told me about this, I felt like these two things kind of connected together because it's two corporate giants, right? You got a corporate figure, and then you got someone like Amber Heard, and you got these abuse victims. Granted, on my end, it's younger kids. And then with this, it's adult males. And I started looking into it, and this is a real problem with adult males having these issues, being abused, and the media and the mainstream saying, oh, you're a guy, you can't have an abuse clip. You can't possibly be the one who's the victim because females are always right and males are wrong, and we can't have tragic and terrible things happen to us. And being on this stream, being on Stevie's, and collaborating with you wonderful people, I really get to see all different genders, or races and creeds. Sorry, there's two genders, but different races and creeds. But I get to see all different people, was where I was going with that have been in all walks of life, that are here, and they support Johnny, and they all feel very passionately and strongly about the injustice that's going on. And it has nothing to do with her being a female or Johnny Depp being a male. It has to do with the individual person. So on my channel, that's what I cover. I go from basis to basis. I do some nerd stuff too. I do Star Wars and things like that. yeah, I did some Mandalorian coverage. My late night talks, I do some saucy commentary. It's kind of like a Saturday Night Live thing where we pick out the most ridiculous articles that the shills write, and we tear it apart for you guys. So that's kind of a little brief description of what we do. Thank you guys for letting me ramble.
Listen, I'm glad you're here. And so a couple of things. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of people here. We already got 51 people here. I have to do, first off, there's a super sticker from Jorge giving me a super sticker. So I just want to say thanks. It looks like he's sending some love. So Jorge, peace. Here's for you. Send it right back at you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Really always appreciate you guys supporting me. I can't thank you enough. So again, we got a lot to cover. I probably won't get in just short amount of time. Believe me, 2 hours is not going to be enough time to do all this. I hope everybody's well. As a community, I just want to say this. I've been on Twitter, and this community has had a bad December. There's a lot of people who've gone through a lot of hell, especially this month, from people who got headaches and vertigo and surgeries, and people who've passed that they've known and been with, family members. So I just want to send my condolences to those who've lost somebody. I just want to say, you guys absolutely have been a fantastic community. I never expected it to go to this length. You guys motivate me. You push me to want to do live streams, get who I can on, do all these videos. And it's all because you guys. So I want to thank you very much. I hope you all will have a better 2021 than we had in 2020. For those of you who are suffering right now, I wish you the best. I hope you get better. I really do. Oh, we all do. The whole community does. Trust us. All those YouTubers who see this go on, we all want you to get better and healthier. And we wish the best for you for this upcoming year. So we're all together in this. I just want to get that out. Somebody said something. I just saw it flash on my screen. I'll try to catch it. Sorry, so behind on this, people. I'm so sorry. Oh, here it is. Again, Linda, Linda, thank you so much. Oh, man, I always forget what that is. What does SCK stand for? God, I forgot. I'm so stupid. Anyway, I'm sure you'll remind me. It says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your family. I hope you have a lovely time, even in these trying times. Thank you for being so kind as always. Oh, wow. Thank you so what do you say? Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda.
Oh, my, get out of here. So, is Witchy One here? I don't know. I'll check the comments. I'll see if Witchy One is here. I don't know if she's here yet. But thank you, Linda, so much. And Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year. And I hope all. Will you stop bouncing? You're making the camera go crazy. Sorry, my daughter's having a lot of fun. So, like I said, there's a lot. I'm overwhelmed. There's a lot to talk about. My God, I don't know where to start. Well, I'm going to start with Nick Wallace. I think that's the best way for me to go. I'll keep Linda's up there because I really appreciate Linda and Hooray Peace. Thank you again. You guys are just sway. Absolutely fantastic community. So Nick Wallace said that I'm going to jump to his page. This is, I don't know if you can see him, but this is him on Twitter. It's Nick Wallace. You should check him out. He dropped a ton of stuff this afternoon. Like my phone was going absolutely berserk. I'm going to try to go over the quick tweets and get General Zod's view on it. So I'm going to jump to my Twitter account if I can. Hold on one second. And I'm going to read a couple things here. So the first thing, one of the things Nick Wallace said, and I'm going to let General see what he thinks about. He said in his decision, talking about Judge Nicol, okay, this is the appeal that Johnny Depp is doing in the UK libel case. The findings which he made in accepting Ms. Heard's account that he rejected a sworn evidence of 19 witnesses, including police officers. He rejected 19 witnesses and 2 police officers in accepting Ms. Heard's word. 19 witnesses. Think about that. 19 people. And he just brushed it off like it was nothing. I mean, maybe it's. Go ahead, General Zod.
You know, when we talk about the UK case, and I've said this to people, me and Stevie talked about this too, and I said, you know what, people, don't be disheartened, don't be discouraged about the UK, because the UK is not the United States. Here's the issue. Here's the problem. And it's the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing that pisses me off about how Amber and the rest of the media spin team is saying she's got this amazing victory since she won in the UK. She didn't win nothing. That was against a corrupt media outlet and to me, the media won on that one. And they won simply by doing what they always do, folks. They stacked the deck. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, okay? I like facts and I like proof. But if I'm looking in the zoo at a zebra and I see that it has stripes, I'm going to assume that zebras have stripes. If I've seen multiple zebras walking around and they all have stripes, then I'm going to assume zebras as a whole have stripes. Now, if you look at what's going on here, this judge clearly, I mean, 110% had a bias because you could hear it. He ignores things that Johnny Depp's people says, and he listens to everything Amber says. And yeah, I agree, Alan. 50%, like, just think about that. Okay, let's put it in this perspective. Do you guys want to watch 50% of a movie? Do you guys watch 50% of a ball game? I mean, it's just ridiculous. It is asinine. It is absolutely positively mind-boggling, the fact that there are all of these accounts, and you can sit there and take this flimsy evidence, very flimsy evidence on her side, but sure, whatever, if you want to include evidence on the other side. But when you only take half the evidence, I gotta question your ability, your validity as a judge to judge in this case. And then don't even get me started on the Elon Musk connection and everything else with that, because I'm telling you right now, it all smells funny. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. This appeal, I agree with them. Johnny should appeal. It would be criminally crazy, insane not to appeal that and get someone who's non-biased, who can't be brought and paid for, find someone different. You know, I 100%, I agree with what they said. I agree, and everyone sees it too. Anyone who's logical and looks at this can see that evidence and be like, it doesn't make sense. I mean, sure, you can dismiss maybe some friends, right? Even though he didn't dismiss Amber's family or anything, but you know, let's just say you can dismiss friends and stuff, but police officers, recordings, accounts of things, transcripts. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know. It boggles my mind how stupid, yeah, corruption. It's just, it boggles my mind how stupid these people are. I don't know how the judge thought he was going to get away with this without people seeing through this tomfoolery, this shenanigans, and calling them out on it.
Yeah, and I'm glad you point this out. I love how you're saying this, because I agree with you that how do you, and this is just one part of the appeal that this is Johnny Depp's team writing to the appellate court, saying, how can the judge ignore 19 witnesses and 2 police officers and not state any logical reasons for his decision? And we're going to keep going through this, and his entire decision, his entire verdict is just like, well, Johnny, you know what? I know you have witness statements. I know you have evidence. I know you have all these things, but you know what? I'm just going to believe her. Blow my mind. My mind. What do you mean?
It's absolutely ludicrous. Like, this case is a joke. And look, there was a case back in the day that I want to bring up. And, you know, it's kind of been a long-standing joke with comedians. But bear with me, folks. Remember back in the days, there was a case with Mr. O.J. Simpson, right? And I don't know if you guys lived through this, but y'all remember. I remember watching it, and if you guys haven't seen it, see The People versus O.J., that FX show. Oh, phenomenal. But anyways, when you watch that, right, and then you see the real commentary, they had what most people consider a slam dunk case. You can't get any more without actually being in the room. You know, you can't get any more of a winner. And then something happened. Something happened where certain things, I'd almost call it like bad luck. Like, everything that could go wrong in a trial went wrong for the prosecution, right? The police mishandled evidence. The one cop they had turned out to be racist. There was a bunch of different things that started happening, right? And it shifted and it changed the perception of what the real issue was, right? It turned into a big race thing, and people lost focus about someone killing someone else, right? It became all of this other stuff except for what the case was supposed to be. And now, why I bring that up is because this kangaroo court case, quite literally, is the same thing. This guy was not looking at the law, the facts, the truth. He was taking into account outside sources. Clearly, he was taking into account the connection between the sun. You know, everyone said it, Elon Musk and all of them, that whole connection there, right? And the judge has direct ties to this. And I want to know something, people. Tell me if I'm crazy, and maybe this is only U.S. law, but isn't it a conflict of interest when the judge has a direct tie to the person who's being prosecuted? Don't you automatically have to recluse yourself from a case? Let me give you an example. If you are a U.S. judge, okay, and you are trying a case, let's say against, I don't know, L'Oreal, okay, because it just seems to fit this situation, right? If you are a judge on here, okay, and you're going to try L'Oreal for something, but then it comes out that your niece works for the L'Oreal company, right? You can't try that case because it is a direct conflict of interest. You have a vested interest if they win or lose the case. So please, for the life of me, tell me how this man is able to sit and preside over a case where it's clearly proven he has connections to the defendants and their company and other people. How is he allowed to try this thing? Why wasn't he recused? Why, okay, say the law works differently. Why didn't he, in good conscience, recuse himself? I mean, if I'm wrong, people, let me know. Feel free in the chat to let me know if I've spit anything that doesn't make sense. But I'm just saying.
No,
Word to me.
no, you're right. And I said this. Gary was on the stream. So, and by the way, people probably wondering, where is Gary? Gary had a family outing which came in last second, so he really had to go. He wished everybody a Merry Christmas. He hopes everybody is well. He said he apologizes for not being here. It was just so last minute. He wasn't anticipating it. And so I was like, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Family's more important than the stream. So go do you, and I'll let everybody know. So he's fine. He's feeling well, just let you know. So I should have mentioned it in the beginning, and it slipped my mind. Now, as for what General Zod was talking about, those he doesn't know, but most of you know that I work in a courthouse. And I remember one time I'm in the courtroom, and the minute the attorney came in, he had a smile, the judge had a smile, and he was just standing like, hey, Your Honor, how are you? And I was like, what's going on, And she said, well, we just went to dinner last night, so obviously this isn't going to work out. But it's great to see you, and I hope you have happy holidays. You too, Judge. We'll see you next time for dinner. She says, obviously, I have to recuse myself, so you guys are going to have to go see another judge who nobody knows. And it happened instantly. Like, there wasn't even a shadow of a doubt. He walked in, he knew her, he smiled. She knew, like, they already knew that this case wasn't going to happen. They already knew it. So, yeah, because that's automatically the other side finds out that's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. And the judge can get in trouble. Like, why are you doing this? This is underhanded. This is crooked. If you're, one judge, was doing crooked things, they can get jailed. They can get fined. They could lose everything. They lose their bar license. It's a lot to lose. It's a lot to lose.
This is why, Rob, I am advocating, because a lot of people are saying, well, Virginia, we don't know. Look, people, have faith, because one thing about this is we are not talking about a corrupt media that he's going against. This is now a direct lawsuit against Amber Heard himself in a system where nobody who's going to cover this, because don't kid yourself, this is going to have major coverage just from us, the great people that you are. And, mad props to this chat and everybody else who's on Stevie's channel, and all of you crazy people. And I mean that with so much love. Like, you made your voices clear. So there's one thing they know. They are not going to be able. Oh, hey, Stone Cold, I'm drinking one for you, buddy. Oh,
my mind is like blown. I don't remember the last time I saw Stone Cold Jeremy on my channel. He usually comes on Justin Proper's channel. I always see him there all the time. What's up, Stone Cold Jeremy? I just got to give him props. Stone Cold Jeremy, thank you so much. I'm very honored. He says, hey, Rob, hey, General Zod, Merry Christmas to everyone, and cheers. Cheers to you, man. Merry Christmas, and I hope all's well with you and yours. And I thank you very much. Very nice of you to drop in and, hand me a super chat. Dude, always appreciated. I thank you so much, and I hope to see you next year for more of This Week in Bullshit on Justin Proper's channel. So thank you for stopping in, man. I'm really, really happy. That was very nice of you. I'm sorry, General Zod, you can continue. I'll shut up now.
No, man. I understand. I get a smaller audience, but I understand having to give props. And I want to, before I continue my point, Stone Cold, shout out to you. He gave me some money in my GoFundMe, so I love and appreciate him. He's like a really great dude. So here's my point, folks. Do not give up faith. Do not lose hope, because now we're in the USA, baby. And yes, we have our own crap going on. That's true. But the law is the law here. Okay? They are not going to pull the same bullshit that they did over there. It's not going to happen. They're not going to be able to get away with it. And being in the system yourself, there is no way that they can pull that same kind of verdict here and not get an extreme backlash. And it's not going to be like in the UK that if for some crazy reason some shenanigans were to happen, it'll be a lot easier for Johnny to appeal it here in the US than it will be in the UK. The UK is a big uphill battle. Now, do I want him to win it? Yes. Do I put a lot of faith in it? No. The deck is so stacked and the system of laws are so much different apparently over there, because I've been looking into it, that I think that it will be very, very hard. He should still fight it and keep on going with it, but it's going to be a difficult battle. But here, I would put my eggs in this U.S. basket. I would come at her hard. It's already sounding like, to me, I don't know if we're going to go over it, but it's already sounded like, to me, the judge does not like Amber whatsoever. He sounds like he's a little sick of her side and some of the stuff going on, just from what I've been reading and what the judge has been requesting and how he's been wording stuff. I don't think we're going to see the same outcome here. I really don't, Rob.
Listen, I hope not. But like I told everybody, I agree with you, because first of all, it's going in front of a jury. Now, someone asked before about Elon Musk and will he have any influence here with the jury and the judge? No, I don't think he's going to have as much influence as he does there. I think it's more. I love the UK and all, but I think it's a more corrupt system from what I've heard from people who I've talked to personally, who are gamers, who do other streams. I've been on their streams just checking them out and asking them the question. And they've told me, listen, here our system can be a little corrupt, a little underhanded. You have the, in New York, in the case you're covering, you have the Sun, you've got Musk, you've got, you got Murdoch, you've got, you got big names, big companies, the Sons of Paper, the judges, it's possible the judge doesn't want to get his name involved or his name out there in bad mouth by the Sun, even if he makes the right decision. Those are possibilities. No one knows for sure. There was a connection. So we do sense a little corruption, because the judge wrote a book, and the co-author of his book, his wife, that guy's wife, was the mentor of Amber Heard's attorney. So obviously, they know each other. There's a connection there. There's more connections with, like I said, Murdoch and the Sun and the others behind it. We don't know how deep. We don't know if it's going to be investigated. Not sure. Or is it just us? I mean, but to me, from clear cut, it looks like, okay, they know each other. Yeah. If you're someone's mentor, you know who this person is. You can't be that stupid. I mean, seriously.
I mean, Rob, you and me, we seem like pretty much facts people. I haven't had a lot of time to talk with you, but I have watched your streams, the one you did with Gary and what's her name? Oh, I hope she doesn't hate me for, it was Gary. Yes.
Spiritually empowered.
Yes, spiritually empowered.
It was spiritually empowered, because I also did one of the Johnny Depp projects. She was new. It was the first time she came to my stream, so I did with her and Gary also. So I don't know sure which one you saw.
It might have been her too. I know there were like 3 of you talking.
Yeah,
and
it's okay. Don't worry, they'll figure it.
I jump around between everybody's streams, and of course, me and Stevie go back a long way. So I watched most of his stuff because we were doing stuff since Game of Thrones. Inside joke. You guys anyone in the chat, you ever want to get a laugh out of them, ask them about the Game of Thrones? But anyways, those were the good old days. Anyways, with this and what you guys were talking about, we don't really have to be conspiracy theorists here. We don't have to really leap to these conclusions. They have given us big freaking dots that just connect in such a way you can't you can't dispute it really. I mean, the connections are pretty clear cut. This isn't something like, oh, they just happen to. I mean, when you're a mentor to someone, when you have directly met someone, when you have had contact with someone and it's documented, people know it. It's no longer conjunction, it's a fact, you know. It's there. And these idiots forget we live in a multimedia world. We live in an internet-based world. These things are out there. Any of us can find them much easier. You can't hide these connections anymore like you used to. You know, back in the 90s and things like that, when you had AOL dial-up, it was a little bit easier. Now, any person with a phone can Google this, you know?
Judy asked something, General. She said, when Johnny wins the Virginia trial, if he wins it, you know, we all think he's going to win it because it's like ridiculous. I mean, I feel that strong about it, but, you know, will it affect the ruling on the UK appeal? I think that's going to happen before, but I'll let you handle it.
You know what? I'm going to say, and people mark my words, and you know, you can timestamp this recording or something. I'm pretty good with this stuff because I've been doing media coverage. You may not see a change in the UK verdict. I don't hold a lot of high hopes. That doesn't mean I don't want them to win. I just realistically know what it's like when you're going against the media empire. Your chances of winning against them is very slim. But what it will do, Judy, the most important thing that this is going to do, and this is why I'm covering this, because this just doesn't affect Johnny. This is going to affect all of the people in Hollywood that are being swept under the rug by the corruption. This is going to show how corrupt they are. And that is so important, because if Johnny wins in Virginia, but he lost in the UK, mark my words, you're going to see articles and stories that are going to question how he could win in Virginia, but how he lost the very same evidence, the very same type of battle in the UK. And it'll be a beautiful thing, guys, because what's going to happen is it is going to shine a spotlight, and it's even going to question the validity of that ruling. So in a sense, you're going to see the media back down from bringing up that UK thing. Mark my words, it's going to fade. They're not going to want to talk about it because people like you and me and every other well-known YouTuber is going to bring that up, and they're not going to want to come underneath that scrutiny. So if he wins this, something very important is going to happen. It's going to bring into question Amber Heard and everything she said, and the judge's ruling, and how credible it is if one judge says, what are you talking about? He's clearly the wrong party. And then this judge says, no, Amber was right. He's a wife beater. Well, then even the shill's got to go, well, shit, what are we going to do? This guy over here in our very own country just said he's innocent. We can't now slam him in the media. We're going to look like assholes.
Yep.
I mean, you know, it's blunt, but that's what's going to happen. You know how the media thinks. They're going to back the winning horse like they always do.
It's true. Yeah, they always do that, and that's what they're doing now. But here's another thing too. If he wins the appeal, he asks for a retrial also, which would be fantastic. So that whole verdict would be thrown out the window. And this is where I think that Warner Brothers made a huge mistake, and I think so did Disney. If I was those companies, I wouldn't have jumped over this verdict. I would have said, look, if I was Warner Brothers, I would have pushed the filming out past May. I would have done the same thing with Disney. I would have just used COVID as an excuse, saying we want to make sure this COVID thing has cleared the air. You know, so we're going to push the filming off until after May. Meantime, you're really pushing off until you hear the trial verdict, but, you know, you play it off. And I think they should have just let Johnny stay in. I think Warner Brothers made a tremendous mistake doing that. I was very upset they did that. I was very upset that the Pirates, that they won't. I hope they reconsider. I really do. I think one of the actors was saying that it's a crime that Johnny's not in the Pirates. It's not the same if he's not in the Pirates of the Caribbean #6. I agree. I think I hope that he wins this and he gets that retrial and they get to do it all. I don't know if he will because again it's the UK, but it's not going in front of the same judge now. It goes in front of 3 others, and hopefully they'll see the light because there's a lot here in this appeal that I'm reading that totally makes sense. I think we all see it. I just don't get it. Like, I'll give you an example, but go ahead, General. You can say what you want.
I was just going to say, and I'm going to be perfectly blunt here, and this is where you're going to see Salty Zot. And I can't put this any other way. Fuck Disney and fuck Warner Bros. Let me tell you something about those corrupt sons of a bitches, okay? First off, with Disney, these motherfuckers have been destroying our beloved franchises for years now, okay? And let me tell you something, guys. This has nothing to do with getting rid of Johnny Depp because of the abuse. This has to do with the fact that they want to go towards this gender-centric bullshit they've been pushing. They probably wanted to do this female Pirates reboot forever, but they're like, oh, everybody loves Johnny. So then this case came along, and Bob, the mastermind that he is, or Satan, as I like to call him, decided, oh, this is the perfect time because now we can just say Johnny is toxic for the company, and we can go and put Margot Robbie. And first off, I'm sorry, I'm going off track, but now I'm pissed. Let me tell you something. Who in the world, did you all see Birds of Prey? I suffered through that bullshit. Unfortunately, I'm a DC fan. Okay, Christina Hodgins and Margot Robbie are 2 of the biggest fucking morons together ever. She does not know how to direct. That movie was a shit show, and the fact that someone at Disney thought it was a brilliant idea to give this no-talentless hack her own movie should be hung because that is fucking atrocious. And what's even more atrocious is you're replacing a legacy actor like Johnny Depp with someone who's got the knowledge and the range of a pigeon. This bitch can't write anything. She's a horrendous person. And for God's sakes, how she still gets work is beyond me. And Warner Bros., that's another shit show because they themselves have made now for years a reputation of making stupid decisions and screwing up my favorite franchise because I'm a DC man and running that shit right into the ground. I am so angry and frustrated. And what does Zack Snyder do? Because I have a whole nother rant on Zack Snyder, but I'm going to just put a pin in that one. Zack Snyder, okay, decides in his infinite genius, he's trying to get his Snyder Cut, which is already suspect to begin with, off the ground. He says, let's cut out Jason Momoa, who made, by the way, $1 billion because no one knew who that bitch Amber Heard was in the first place before that movie. Name me one movie you guys know that she did that was worth a damn except for Drive Angry, which I'm sure I'm the only one who saw that movie.
I'll tell you what, if anybody Johnny Depp fan, they're going to recognize her in the Rum Diary. I mean, but that's it. I wouldn't have known her. I'll be honest with you. I saw an Aquaman too, but her name didn't stick in my head. Jason Momoa's name stuck in my head. And and if it wasn't for this case, and I'm sure the people said it too, if it wasn't for me covering this case, I still wouldn't know who Amber Heard was. And I'm not saying it because I'm so against her and everything she's done and how evil and vile I feel she is. It's not those feelings. I'll put my emotions aside for it in check. I still would not know who Amber Heard was if it wasn't for this case. That's it.
You know what? I can't stand Brie Larson. I can't stand Jennifer Lawrence. I can't stand these other new actresses. But Brie Larson and Jennifer Lawrence have one thing that Amber Heard does not, and that's talent, people, because they've at least been in stuff that requires acting. You ever see Amber Heard? She does 2 emotions, pissed off and really pissed off. And that's it. Okay, she's a talentless actress who would not have made as much fame, and right now she's eating all this up, and now she's going to get into other great stuff because everybody wants to ride the whole, oh, believe women, hashtag me too bullshit that's been destroying every freaking media that we have. And as far as continuing my rant, Warner Bros, you're really letting me down as a DC fan. And I'm not even going to talk to the other aspect that Warner Bros has ran DC, the comic industry itself, into the fucking ground and doesn't give a damn about that property. They won't help the artists or the people involved. They take all of their money from the movie division and they keep it strictly to Warner's media, and it's destroying the comic book industry. These people are vile, and Disney is doing the same exact thing to Marvel. They're greedy, they're corrupt, and they care about one thing, and it's what's in your wallet. And I'll tell you something right now. I am not going to see Aquaman 2. I will not endorse Fantastic Beasts. And you know what? I critique people. I will not watch The Stand and pay for all access trash. Forget all of them. Oh, you're cute. Oh, what a cutie. Thank you. But yeah, I'm done. I'm sorry. That was a long rant.
General Zod, I've been saying this to this community. You can sign all the petitions you want. The only way you're going to get them, and as a Star Wars fan, you can back me up on this because I got a Star Wars fan in my house here. What did they do with Solo? They didn't show. They didn't care. They were angry. The fandom, which is a Star Wars fandom for 40 years, people, we're talking 40 years, was ticked. And you know what happened? They put a message. And they said, guess what? We're not going to put up with this. What you've done to our characters, we're not going to tolerate it. So people didn't show, and they got scared. And what do? Start a streaming service, and they're finally getting it right. So you know what you do? I told everybody this. Listen to me. Listen to General. Close your wallets. Don't spend your money on this movie. If she's in The Stand, and I think she might be on tomorrow, I don't know, whatever. Don't watch it. Go watch a Johnny Depp movie. Go watch whatever you want. Go celebrate your family. Ignore her. Anything you hear her in, don't see. If she's on a late night show, don't watch it. If she's in a movie, don't go see it. It's that simple. Just don't do it.
You know what? Go to my channel because I review stuff that I see it so you don't have to. Okay, I suffer for you. So if you want a non-biased review and you want to know something, okay, I suffer for you guys. I bite the bullet and I watch these things. I heard some love for Birds of Prey, and look, I went off of a tangent there. Let me just tell you this much. Birds of Prey, I love DC products, but it had a lot of bad issues. And my whole point is, with this, is that it's a problem that's in a lot of movies. It's style over story. It's not substance. And this is an issue that we have. And there was also a lot of talks with the director and things like that. But I see you have a super chat.
I didn't know. Did you read it? It says, hi, Robin and Zod. Merry Christmas from Australia. In Stevie's stream earlier, Stevie J. Raw, Donald Dolan, who's been a fantastic, and I was wondering, he had a mini stroke overnight. I was just talking to Donald, sending love to him and his oh my God.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. That's.
Oh my God. I'm gonna. I mean, I could call him. I don't know if. Wow.
Wow. Sorry to hear that.
I just was speaking to him the other night. Man, I didn't know this happened. Oh, I wish somebody would have DM'd me. I didn't know. I was working this afternoon. I didn't even know Stevie had a stream this afternoon. Holy crap, he had a stroke. I gotta get in touch with him. I'm gonna have to, after the stream, I'm gonna have to see if I can get oh my God. Thank you for letting me know, D. Thank you for the support. I had no clue, and this is the first I'm hearing of it. Oh man, Donald has been just a fantastic supporter of every YouTuber here. I mean, he's been so generous and kind. He's a nice guy. Oh, man, that's horrible. Man, it's almost hard for me to go out this streamer the way I'm feeling. Man, I'm really worried, but I don't know what I could possibly do. Oh, I hope he's okay. Man, that hurts.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that hurts. Mm. Yeah, I'm sorry. Maya, stop copying me. It's not funny. The guy had an injury. I know you don't understand, but there's something bad that happened. This is not a good thing. This is a bad thing. He's in the hospital. You understand? Bad. This is not a good thing. Sorry, she doesn't understand. She's copying me and mimicking me, but then she did. I'm trying to explain to her that's. And I just want to go back. Diamond Knight also was nice enough to. Oh, here it is. Right here. I gotta get this off. Okay. So hold on, let me not distract everybody. I'm gonna take this off for a minute. And Diamond Knight gave me a super sticker, so I wanted to say thank you for Diamond.
I want to show
It's
them
really
what
good.
I'm doing.
No, baby. So, I mean, I really hope if anybody, if you're out there, Donald has been a fantastic person. Gary is fine, by the way. So don't anybody worry about Gary. He's doing well. He's fine. He's with his family. He's going to celebrate the holidays. He's fine. He just couldn't make it because his family asked him to come over, and it was last second. He's like, "Listen, I'm going to run over." So no, I understand. But Donald has been nothing but an absolutely fantastic person to this community, to my channel, to everybody's channel that I know of. I wish somebody would have DM'd me and gave me this information. I did not know this happened today. I was so busy working, running around for Christmas. I had people, the guy called me from last night's stream talking to me, wants to come on again. I had so much going on, and I had very little time to do anything. And now this, like from this, I was supposed to run around here. Now I'm like, man, I got to try and get in touch with Donald. He's just a fantastic. I mean, so many bad things. I hate to say it. So many bad things have happened to people in this community in this month. This month, I don't know what's going on, but this month for this community has been a train wreck. A train wreck. And I was hoping, I'm feeling great because I saw this appeal news and I really wanted to dig in. And I never met the general before. And I think he's been fantastic on this stream. And I really hope you subscribe to the guy. But man, if anybody gets in touch with Donald or knows anything about him, please DM me. I will try to get in touch with him myself. And if I hear from him or he talks to me or he texts me or anything tonight, I will post it. I will check on him as much as I can to make sure he's okay. So if anybody knows anything, please let me know during the stream or DM or anything if you can. He's a fantastic person, and we're going to be praying for you, Donald. And I'm definitely going to give you a call or a text message. I'll give you both. Make sure you're okay. I don't know what I can do. Donald Dolan is a fantastic part of this community. He's done so much for so many. Trust you when I tell you this. I know, and that's really sad. Man, that was rough. No, I'm glad you told me because I didn't know. I was carrying the stream. I didn't know. Yeah. I'm sorry, General. That was really rough news to take in at this moment. I wasn't prepared for that.
No, that's all right. I can understand. I'm currently going through a rough situation myself, so I know that the biggest thing. And look, and I could tell by I've been checking the comments, and you truly have a wonderful audience. It's glad to see so many people that care. And I never realized this community is some of the greatest, most kind-hearted people. The fact that they call you guys bots just astonishes me. But fear not, I come from Star Wars, so apparently I'm an overweight, angry person who doesn't like strong females in their
And you're a white
Star Wars movie.
supremacist like me. We're white supremacists.
You're us together.
But it's even worse because somebody called, and I'm gonna have to say this curse. Someone called Johnny Depp fans that we have small dickheads. Somebody said we don't live in reality. I think that was Amber Heard. Another one called us the KKK cult. They said we're a cult. I was like, where are they getting this from, man? So I'm everything apparently because I'm a Star Wars fan and I'm a Johnny Depp fan. So since I support Johnny and support the Star Wars, I'm everything. I'm everything that you could think of as bad. I mean, apparently that's what I am. You know, everything's all my fault, and I've done all this. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know. We'd want you to keep trucking it and fight for what's right, Rob. Yeah, listen, we all got to fight for what's right. That's why the general's here. That's why I'm here. You know, we have to. You have to fight for what you believe in, because it's when you give up, Isa. That I say. I hope I said your name right. I'll say Miss Mello. How about that? Is when you give up, you know, they win. You know, if you let people bully you, they win. If people keep like a bully, just wants control. And that's what Amber Heard wants. She wanted control. She wanted to control the situation. She wanted to have her friends do whatever she wanted them to do. She wanted to do what she wanted to do. She only cared about her reputation, her career. She didn't love this guy. This guy protected her. Losing a finger protected her. He protected her through thick and thin. Even when this was over, Johnny told her how much he still loved her. You know, his demeanor spoke volumes to me. His demeanor alone in the recording tells me that this is not someone who's an abuser. Okay, he didn't ask her to do things for him. He didn't try to control. He didn't try to corner her. For someone who feared for her life, there was also a comment, by the way, and I'm going to read this to you. And this is probably one of the most shocking comments of the afternoon that I read in his appeal. I couldn't. Let me see if I could find this because I commented. It said here, Amber Heard was so much in fear of her life. And I want you guys to really listen to me when I say this, and because I cannot make sense of any of this. She was so in fear of her life that she asked Johnny Depp to join her in the bed. In the bed. The judge gave no weight to this point. Keep this in mind for all those who've been abused. For all those who are running away, looking for a way out, whether you were hiding in the closet or the bathroom, or whether you were trying to appease the person, she was so scared for her life. Her life is on the line with this man that she asked him, come on, Johnny, come hang out in the bed with me. What? Am I missing something here? You can't be scared of somebody by acting in the way that Amber Heard has acted in this entire case. But I'll get your thoughts on it, General. What do you think?
I don't even know. I have no clue where to start. Ridiculous. I do my celebrity abuse metric by one person and one person only. One person who I felt the hardest for, who had real tangible evidence, not this fake bullshit that I hear from Amber Heard. You guys remember Rihanna and Chris Brown? It's kind of funny how that disappears from the medium, the mindset. That to me, did you guys see? That's hilarious. I'm afraid of you. You cuddle with me in the bed. You know. Let's just do a compare and contrast. Look at what supposedly the crazed Johnny Depp did, who, from what I hear, didn't have the eyesight to throw a phone at her. But whatever, I don't want to get into that nonsense. But take a look at those photos, and then someone go look up what Rihanna looked like after Chris Brown. And you tell me which one is a more legitimate claim to abuse. I mean, this man pushed her out of a moving vehicle, okay? And then stops and picks her up. And doesn't just ask nicely, because there's recordings of this. He's literally saying, like, telling her, get in the car, or I'll beat you, and things like that, right? That's pretty much, like, look at Chris Brown. That is a very typical type of abusive meme for him. The man went nuts on a dressing room, okay? That's the kind of, they're very controlling. They have to control every aspect. And I think some of that control, too, goes into aspects of, like, their life, right? They have to control every aspect and facet of the relationship. They have to be the ones who are the power, who are the power of the relationship. So I do not see where at any point Johnny, through these court cases, through these recordings, I don't hear a man trying to hear or trying to have control over a situation. Honestly, and I'm speaking from a guy who's had numerous heartbreaks, I hear a man who's got a freaking broken heart, who loves someone and trusted them and has been horrendously treated and abused, and yet still, because of the kindness and the love that he has for this person, is absolutely broken. Okay, I'll share a little personal info so you guys know. I don't like to get personal, but I give you some personal info. Okay, when I left my ex, who is the mother of my child, when we broke up, okay, you know what I did? I drank lots and lots of Jack Daniels, and I listened to Hinder, broken in a corner with tears. Okay, that was the feeling, and I know what that feels like. So when you hear other people who have gone through it, who are heartbroken, as opposed to they want to be controlling assholes, there's a very different tone. There's a very different look. Okay, now if you look at Amber Heard and you look at how she's kind of handled this, look at her facial expressions. Okay, I was in the service. I was part of some different units, and we learned to read body language. Her body language is that of manipulating, of controlling. Um, there's an underlining sort of deep-seated rage you can see, even just look at her photos. Even when she's smiling, there's something underneath the surface that really creeps me out. Like, there's a little crazy hidden in there. Okay, I don't get that from Johnny. I do get that from Amber, from the way she carries herself. Even her crying, it comes off as artificial and fake. It comes off as what you see from people who, when they go to jail for a crime and they go, I did it, but I feel so bad. But it's crocodile tears, right? That kind of a thing. It's such a phony, artificial, like she's literally acting during the trial. That's what it feels like. And I mean, you guys can let me know if I'm off base, but that's just in my read. What do I know? I'm some guy on YouTube named General Zod, but
So, by the way, an update. Somebody said that Donald needed surgery. I just posted that. Yeah, and you saw another guy, Fat Steven Seagal, said, his ex was abusive mentally and physically. So, yeah, there's a lot of people that have gone. Oh, by the way, welcome to the Johnny Depp Project. If you haven't checked her out, make sure you hit that subscribe button on this channel here, too. So, I'm always about supporting every channel and everybody. So, so I just want to tell you that. Another thing about Nick Wallace, just I should have led with this, but I just found it. It said, Mr. Depp's representatives have filed 2 documents, to the Court of Appeal at the Royal Courts of Justice in London, seeking to leave to appeal Mr. Justice Nichols' High Court ruling. So there's two documents for the Court of Appeal. Just to let you know that, I thought I'd update you on that, and I tell you about Donald. Our hearts, our prayers go out to Donald Dolan. If you've missed it, anybody here's come late. Donald's been, like somebody said, the godfather of this community. He's a very nice guy. I was luckily enough to speak to him personally. Fantastic heart, good guy. I can't say enough great things about him. And I found out today that he had a stroke, and he's in for surgery, as far as I just read. I can only hope and pray he's okay. This whole community has got your back, Donald. I wish there were more we could do for you, because you do so much for us. I'm going to talk to all the creators. I'm going to send maybe I'll send something to the entire community. Maybe we could do something for him. I don't know what we could possibly do, but a lot of people going through hard times. And speaking of hard times, General, I know you also. Do you want to talk about the GoFundMe page? Would you like to mention that before I forget?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not one of these people who like asking for help or any of that kind of stuff. I'm a pretty proud person, but we recently got hit with the coronavirus. My girlfriend tested positive. She's doing okay. She's on the recovery, but yeah, she's in the background going, she's the alpha. What can I say? In my relationship, I guess my girlfriend does keep the general in line. But anyways, currently we're here in a hotel, so you can see our boxes here. Yeah. So we've had to leave our home because of the news and the way they've sensualized this virus. I had a falling out with the people that I live with, and we were asked to leave, even though everything was okay. I'm negative. She's on the mend, but it caused a big rift. So we had to quickly get a hotel room. The GoFundMe is a way for us to get this apartment that we got. The paperwork came through. We're approved. We put down a considerable amount of money, but it was pretty much everything we had in our savings. And so I've been reaching out to the community. And, even the well wishes and everybody in this great community who's been just saying get well and letting us know we're going to get through this has been really helpful. But, even if you guys can give a buck, 50 cents, that's, that'll help us out tremendously. We're like a hair away from being able to secure a place to live so that way I can hook up my laptop, and then I'm really going to go hard at it. But I've had to scale down my videos. I just released 2 today because we're literally living in a hotel trying to get everything together and, in between moves. So it's been a long, exhausting process. But, I know, guys. And, look, I understand. I don't particularly blame what happened, but I understand the fear and the uncertainty that Corona presents. I do feel like I got shafted a bit, but anything you guys can do to help, that would just be really great. And I want to also touch on something too.
Well, do you want to put the link in the chat so if anybody can help you out? I mean, hey, I did. But if anybody else can help, I put it on Twitter. If you're on my Twitter page, you can also just go to my Twitter page and you should see a link to General Zod. I've tried to put the word out there also. But if you want to step out for a minute and then copy the link and paste it in the chat, feel free. I mean, we're here, so hopefully somebody can reach out and try to help.
Yeah, let me go see how to do that right now, because a villain is still not very technologically savvy with this.
So you just have to copy the link. I mean, you could just go to your GoFundMe page. You should give you an option to copy or share, and you should just copy it, and then you could just come back here real quick and paste it in my chat, and that's all you got to do. If you can't do it, I will take a minute. I'll step out. You can handle the stream, and I'll do it for you. It's not an issue. I'll also do it when the stream is over. I'll put it in the description below. So if anybody, you can check out General Zod or Johnny Depp or Tiffany Daniels. Also, I'm going to try to get in touch with people and see if we can do something for Donald, because he's been nothing but absolutely fantastic. And I'm still, as you see, I keep mentioning it because I do feel bad. And I know as a human being, there's absolutely nothing I can physically or mentally do besides pray to the big man upstairs and say, please, help. That's really, my heart's going out to him. My heart goes out to you too.
Your mods are amazing. They did it before I could even I went to go somehow and someone modded it in there. So shout out to your mods, because I need me some mods on my channel.
Well, let me tell you, here's the rule in my channel. these people come here so often that I had a couple of mods, but one of them was plain English, was a jackass. And he, I know who he was. He timed out somebody, and we got into a war. And he apologized to me, and he said, "I'll never happen again." We've been great friends since that, and that's fine. So I decided that that's never going to happen again. So when I see people come on here, and I see their name, 1 stream and 2 streams and 3 streams, 4 streams, 5, and I could see the way they're talking, I could see the way they're interacting, and the people know them here. I make them a mod. I don't waste any time because I don't want them to get kicked. I don't want it to be accident. I don't, because it's happened. I accidentally kicked somebody I should have never done in someone's stream, and I felt really horrible about it. I apologized like 50 million times. So it happens, sometimes an accident. So I automatically jump in and say, "Oh, you're not a mod? Okay, you're a mod. I see your name. I see who you are. I see how you're interacting." I see, and right away. Now, if someone becomes a mod and they start acting stupid, like last week, I unmodded them and I let my mod say, you can kick this person, or you could see how they behave, and they cooled off. So I don't know if they were a troll because I don't see that name again. They could have just been a troll. I don't know. So, I just don't want anybody kicked out because there's a great community. These are great people. And I try to make sure that they're all modded. So if any troll comes in there, they're gone. They don't stand a chance. They won't come here because they realize everybody's a mod. How am I going to stand a chance? But when you have 1 or 2 mods, and if they don't show up to the stream, yeah, they can do whatever they want. So that's never going to happen again here, no matter what I have. So that's how I handle it.
And by the way, I just want to give a shout out to Will Gentry. I know Will. I've seen
Will's
him.
in here. I didn't see him.
Yeah, Will's been in my channel a couple of times. What's up, Will? Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, Will. Happy holidays, man. I just saw Will this morning. He was on Kerry morning stream. I happened to catch that really early in the morning, and so I saw Will. Will's a great guy. He want to say hi, Lee? And I know, Lee needs a moderator. I'm sorry. Hold on. I had to do this. So I'm going to let General carry the stream a little bit. I'm going to check for you guys, and then we'll continue, and I'll give you more of the appeal with that Nick Wallace went over. So go ahead, General. You can say whatever you want. So, floor's yours.
Yeah, so by the way, I just wanted to say shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it to see you guys in the chat here giving me well wishes. It means a lot. You guys are amazing. And, this is a really great, outstanding community. And look, the most important thing, why I've decided to throw my hat into this, besides the fact I've been friends with Stevie J Raw for years now, it feels like in YouTube time, is because I am a logical thinker, and thinking about everything and what's been going on. Oh, hey, awesome $3 sticker.
Sorry, I missed this. This was from Tina, and I'm going through it. And I just made Jeannie Davis and Di. You guys are now moderators. I'm just going to go through it. So don't worry. Everybody in this thing should be a moderator. So I'm just going to double check.
So, yeah, you guys are a great community. I really appreciate it. But I want to get to something that's really important here about this whole thing. I know that this can seem like a really big uphill battle. I've been on my channel dealing with the show media and some of the atrocious things that have been going on. And look, this battle is super important. And for me, it's not just about Johnny Depp, but it's about the death. It's about the death of legacy actors, of these decent, kind people in Hollywood that are being steamrolled and gotten rid of for this new artificial brand of actor and actress, this cheap, disposable, programmable bunch of people that we have to deal with. Now, I'm sure you guys, if you love Johnny Depp and you like movies and things like that, like I do, there is a certain type of old school movie that they used to do, and they don't do that anymore. And I feel like Amber Heard is another condition of this problem that's larger in Hollywood, which is they want to get rid of anyone who doesn't toe the line, anyone who refuses to go with the system, who doesn't want to play ball. Look, this shit has been happening even before Johnny Depp, man. Kevin Costner One of my favorite actors, okay? Perfect World, Waterworld, Postman. I can keep on going. Bodyguard, okay? He is a legacy actor, and he was blackballed because of his beliefs, because he has Christian beliefs, because he's conservative. But even if we're not talking politics, because I don't like to get into that, but it's the point that they're blackballing these people for who they are as individuals, because they don't conform to what Hollywood wants them to be, which to me is moralless, soulless puppets controlled by this obnoxious, nasty, disgusting, hateful media.
So D says, totally agree with you. By the way, D, you got a wrench also. Totally agree with you, Zod. It's all so unjust. JD is also one of the sweetest people on the planet. I agree. His demeanor alone, his demeanor at the end. You know how hard it is when you're breaking up with somebody, especially divorced, whether you have kids or not, and you've loved somebody as deep as he has, been abused as much as he has, and he still, which is blows my friggin' mind. How you severed my finger, you've kicked me with a door, you've punched me, you've crapped in the bed, you've come to Australia, got me in trouble there because you brought the dogs and you shouldn't have done that. I've had to protect you throughout this relationship and put the blame on me, and I've done accidents. And you know what? Even though you're divorcing me, I still love you. Like, oh my God! Like, I should say he was divorcing her because she crapped in the bed and they had enough. But he still loved her, and he still said, let's do this privately. And it's just, that will always seep in it above all the other evidence, above the witnesses, above everything else I've heard. That is the one thing that shows me the kind of person that he is, let alone the charitable work he does for the children. How he saw his own daughter, and like, he didn't have to do it. He just saw his daughter and it just took off. No, but he decided that, I know as a parent, I realized what my child went through. And I want to give back because it was a gift that she's okay. It's a gift that she's healthy, that she's fine, she's not sick. And I want to give back. So if I can help these parents who are suffering, these children who are suffering, then this is how I'm going to do it. And it just shows, people, if they want to blame his habits, okay, we all have some kind of a habit, whatever it is, whether it's an eating habit or it's a drinking or whatever habit it is. If it doesn't affect anybody but you, the only person who's being affected is yourself. So it's just total malarkey, total bullshit that she's trying to play this, and he's such a bad guy because he does this, yet he's passed out on the floor. How do you beat someone up when you're passed out on the floor? You're passed out. There's ice cream over him. There's drinks over him. This is not someone chasing you around the house. Come on, it's such bullshit.
I just wanted to point out, Stone Cold Jeremy, those movies slipped my mind, but yes, Untouchables was much better in Dances with Wolves. When I get on my rant, I just grab for the first thing that's in my mind. I love you, Stone Cold.
Janie, I agree. I eat too much sugar too.
Can I just say something about this abuse thing too? Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me point out to you guys, and I'm going to bring up some valid things here. This is a hypocritical argument because I've heard it best, and it was quoted by, I forget who said, but being a actor is kind of the equivalent of being a rock star. Are we going to talk about, what about Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, the Rolling Stones? Y'all like them? Big drug addicts. Keith freaking Richards gets blood transfusions, literally his whole body, so that he can get all of the toxins out of his body. Okay. What about Downey Jr.? He had huge problems. Everybody loves him now. He's Iron Man. Okay. What about what about Mickey Rourke? There's so many actors. What about Bellucci? What about Farley? I mean, there are actors who have done tons of stuff. Even Robin Williams had struggled with addictions. Okay. And he's come out and admitted it in comedy shows. And I mean, he's not like Johnny Depp level acting, but he's done his, Good Morning Vietnam and stuff. He's pretty good, big in the acting world, Good Will Hunting, things like that. So
True.
yeah, I call him an established actor. That argument at this point is such bullshit, and they use it only when it's convenient, right? When did this come into play? Just now, when they need something to tear him down. Then they go to the drugs and the addiction and all of this. Let me tell you a story, okay? And you guys can look this up. I can't make this shit up. This is a true story. Robert Downey Jr. got so smashed, he ended up in a fan's kid's bedroom sleeping. They go into the bedroom, and it's the most hilarious 911 call you'll ever hear, because they're like, hello, this is the police, and they're like, Robert Downey Jr. is in my son's bed. And you hear the lady pause and stop, and she's like, who? And they're like, Robert Downey Jr. is in my son's bed. And he was so cool. He woke up, I'm sure, still blitzed. Took
That's
pictures
crazy.
with
This
them.
is a crazy story.
Like,
I didn't know this.
Like,
I
you
didn't know
don't
this.
get crazy. And you're telling me this doesn't alert anybody. No one says anything. And I love Robert Downey Jr. He's defended Johnny Depp. So he's a great guy. He's very down to earth. But I'm just using this in parallel. You can use this. One of my favorite actors, Kiefer Sutherland, right? Love me some 24. Look up him at the mall, jumping into a Christmas tree saying, I'm a fucking pirate. I can't make it up. The man not only gets numerous DUIs, but then gets sponsored by tequila. This is the high ground you guys want to die on, Hollywood? Seriously? This is the moral high ground we're going to reach for? That's why I'm laughing. That's what I think when they bring this up. I just laugh. I go, you guys seriously want to die on this hill? Okay, and you're telling me Amber wasn't sloshed in those videos? Because she looked pretty inebriated to me if we're talking about people doing substances, and we're just assuming it was alcohol. There's coke, there's blow, there's all sorts of stuff that are at parties. We don't know what she's been snorting up her nose or doing in her personal life, because let's be real, cocaine is a huge thing. I mean, you guys are more than free to tell me if I'm off base here, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. And this is all public knowledge. You can find YouTube videos of this shit. So, and my friend Cybernetic Husky, he's a huge Motley Crue fan. Go watch their movie, The Dirt. Okay, they chronicle not only how they got high and wasted, but they did it with, oh, guess what? Celebrities, actors, and actresses would come to Motley Crue shows and do lines of coke and heroin and drink with them. I mean, it was the stars of the 80s and things like that. But I mean, come on, get out of here with that nonsense. That's what I say. Give me a more valid argument. That's just like saying that the media doesn't get paid by companies for reviews. You can't. I'm not buying it. I don't buy it.
I got another one I want to say. This also came an example how the judge failed about the material he's talking about, or to provide an explanation as to how he made a finding in the respondent's favor and Amber Heard's favor, despite such conflicting evidence. So I was like, exactly. So I said, basically, what you're saying, only men can be abusers here. That's what you're saying. You're saying that they can't be the ones who are abused. Yeah, it's because if all the evidence is there, and all the material, and you can't explain it, how you make a finding based on the fact that basically you're just ignoring everything, is what Johnny Depp's team is saying here in the appeal. How do you find favor in her when everything that she says is conflicting? 1 minute she says that she said this, but then on the stand she says something different. And it's because it all comes down to what someone said last week, is that you can remember the truth, but a lie, not so much. You have to memorize it. You'd have to live on that lie. You'd have to tell other lies to cover up the lie you're currently telling for the whole thing to make sense. And sooner or later, it's just going to come all crashing down. So, but go ahead. You were going to say, Joe?
Here's the thing. When you really pick apart this evidence, when you look at the backtracking and the things that's been going on, okay, I 100% agree is that people think that it's easy to lie. And look, we've all lied. We've all told a white lie. You know, your significant other, you go, you know, do these shoes make look good? And you go, yeah, honey, because you don't want to get into that whole debate of, you know, going back through or whatever. Okay, there's those kinds of lies, but when you have to tell lies on this magnitude, it's almost like you've got to write down everything. And what Amber and the media spin team doesn't realize is that when you have to have those lies scrutinized in a court of law, you have to be an expert liar. And the only people who are really capable of lying to that extent is like a sociopathic personality that believes and lives their lie. Okay. Like the Dahmers and the things like that, right? These guys are so out there, they literally believe what they're telling you. So at a point, it isn't a lie anymore. It's their life. Okay. They honestly believe that things happen the way that they happen.
Yeah,
and we know
right.
the truth. But with Amber Heard, she's not a professional liar like that. She's not even a really great actress. So for her to keep up the charade and all of these multiple lies, if anyone with common sense and half a brain picks through some of her statements, it's like pulling a thread, man. It's all going to become unraveled. You just have to pick apart any one of her bullshit lies, and the whole thing comes unraveled. And yeah, Amber's acting in the deposition was crap. I reckon Amber uses whitey stuff and Dave faces. Yeah, man, I agree. She has some of the worst defense that I've seen. And honestly, I can't wait for this trial in Virginia. I really can't wait, because she's going to have to explain this to clear, logical thinking people. And I don't think when it comes time for the lawyers to scrutinize, I don't think she's going to be able to keep up this charade. I really don't.
Janie says, Rob's rules, I've always said that liars lack creativity because the truth will always serve if you look at it from the right angle. Yeah. Look, it's going to come out. But I'll give you something else here. This is also another thing that came from Johnny Depp's appeal. They said, where the judge discounted the evidence from Johnny Depp's own employees, he's discounted the evidence, okay? The judge failed to give adequate reasons to address relevant factors or otherwise explain his reasoning. And over again, what do they keep saying? Explain it. Can you please tell us the reasoning that you are saying that in 12 or 14 incidents that he is guilty? He's the one who's the abuser. How? How do you ignore 19 witnesses, including 2 police officers? How? Could you explain to our team? Because we want to know, what is the logical reason? What is the law? What did you use to make this determination with all the evidence that we have provided for you? Exactly. Exactly. Everybody right now, all 101 people in here should be as dumbfounded as I am. 102, because General Zod should be as dumbfounded as I am. It doesn't make sense. There is no explanation in that verdict. All it is hearsay. I believe what she said. I don't care what your witnesses said. I'm going to, everything you've thrown at me as a judge who makes a good amount of money, a judge who is supposed to base the case on common sense, on law, and on facts, and he didn't do that. He didn't do that, and this is what irritates the hell out of me. And Johnny Depp's team in his appeal, you'll read this. If you read this, or any other channel who's going to break it down to you over and over and over again, it's the same thing. You never gave us a reason that you came to this decision. That's it.
You know, and
what?
And And here's another thing. And here's another thing, folks. Let me ask you something here. Everybody here, how in the world can you possibly ignore audio evidence? Okay? There's one thing, okay? There's one thing to have Depp and people who are close to him to say these things, but she's on audio tape, people. She's on audio tape. The biggest thing that baffles my mind, the biggest thing that really grinds my gears is that you can disprove so many things, okay? You could disprove hearsay or this person or that person says something, but when you have someone on audio cassette, just short of admitting what they've done, how, as a logical thinker, how, as a judge, can you throw out audio evidence? Audio evidence is like a jury or a prosecutor's wet dream. If you have someone on tape admitting bad shit, that's a win. That's almost guarantees you a case. So how in the world does this hack, this just atrocious person, this horrid excuse for a judge, have the audacity and, just ignore the law, to ignore his job? And you know what? This hits me personally because it's the same thing with the media, okay? At a point, you have an obligation to something more than personal opinion or personal connections. You have an obligation. You have a right to the law. You are justice. Okay? It does not matter if your name is Johnny Depp. It doesn't matter if your name's Amber Heard. It doesn't matter if your name's Joe from across the street. When you go into that courtroom, what do you see? You see the lady standing there with the scales of fucking justice and a blindfold because the law is supposed to be blind, okay? And the law cares about one thing, and that's evidence. And this judge, the fact that he can ignore audio evidence, okay, tangible proof.
But that's the thing. He's ignored everything. He's ignored everything, and this appeal says that. It's like everything that they brought up. He's just everything. The evidence, the witnesses, and they're saying this. Can you give us a logical reason as to why you are not explain to us clearly what's the reasoning behind your decisions? We've given you evidence. We have witnesses, and everything we've thrown at you, all you keep saying is her. I believe her. That's it. Why? There's like no reasoning in here. And that's what they're appealing. They didn't get any kind of reasoning after all they presented as to why he made this decision. And it's very true. It's
and
true.
Jana, I'm glad I could drop some knowledge there. She was like, I never thought of it that way. But yeah, I mean, think about it, guys. Okay, let me just say this, not as a Johnny Depp fan or not as Johnny Depp against Amber Heard. Let's just say let's just say me. If you go into a courtroom, you are putting your faith, you are putting your life at some points in the justice system. And you know what?
Yeah,
I was a soldier.
I got something I want to tell them too. And the appeals, so everybody knows it. I'm going to let you know right now. It says, if permission is granted, they will ask the court to set aside the judgment and order a retrial. Okay, so I'm telling you, it is in the appeal. If you haven't heard it, I'm reading it right now as we go. So that it does say that they said if they will ask the court to set aside the judgment and order a retrial, meaning throw this out the window. And that's what they're hoping, that this will happen out of this appeal. So they're hoping for a retrial also. That would be fantastic. That really would be big. But go ahead. I'll listen because I'm agreeing with you so far.
So what I was saying is, as a person, if you are going into a courtroom, this case is important because normal people, everyday people need to know one very important thing. And it's something the media has failed at. It's something news has failed at. It's something that just hurts my heart. that when you go into a courtroom, you've got to believe that that person who holds your life, who holds your case, no matter if it's a fucking parking ticket, they hold your fate in their hand.
Yeah.
You can't go in believing that the justice system can be tampered with, that it can be corrupted, that it could be manipulated. Look, I know it could happen. We've seen it. But when I go into a court, I've got to know that that judge, that person who's representing my rights as a human being, as a U.S. citizen, as a whatever to whatever country, that they will uphold and they will hold the law in reverence, and that they are going to respect the letter of the law. That everything that is presented, every fact that I've put to them, it is being, they are taking it in, and before they make that judgment that affects my very life, that they have considered every piece of evidence. And if you do not do that, if you blatantly come out and you say that you don't specifically believe someone, that you discount facts and evidence that is written down and or recorded, that is logged, that legally is brought to you as, exhibit A or exhibit B, okay? Those are forever exhibits in your courtroom. If you come out and you blatantly and irresponsibly say that you are choosing to side with one party or the other, you have thrown out your credibility as a judge and as a man who is capable of upholding the letter of the law. It is disgusting, it is sickening, and it's a dangerous precedent because it shakes the people's faith in their ability to have a fair and balanced trial. The law is blind. Justice is blind. It doesn't give a shit about your opinion. It cares about one thing and one very important thing only: the facts and the truth as presented.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm reading this. This is very, very interesting. There's so much here to read. There's so much here I'm going to have to go over on video because I'm not going to have the time to do all this. But they're also saying here how she was hit with a phone and how one day she has marks, the next day she doesn't. Like, what's the explanation for this judge? Why? And they keep looking for this over and over again, and they're explaining clearly their evidence that was put in front of them. And here's a judge who just completely and entirely ignored every single thing that they did. Why? Because he's a man? Was that the reason? Or was it because that his wife was the mentor of Amber Heard's attorney? Was it that Elon Musk had something to do with this? Was it Robert Murdoch who had something to do? Was it somebody in the inside? There's no, when a judge gives a decision, and I can tell you from personal experience because I work with judges and have for a very long time. Working with judges, sitting in the courtroom, when I read their orders, it's pretty clear how they have come to this point to make this decision. It's not just, I make this decision because I believe him and I'm done. I have never seen an order distributed by a judge that says that. A judge will say an order. Yeah, a judge, the orders that have come across my desk or I have had to write out for the judges clearly state the reasons that they're doing this according to this law, but according to that, according to what you said, but yet you contradict yourself when you said this. Therefore, I have to dismiss this case. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. It's total, because you said one thing in your deposition, but you said another thing on stand. And when they questioned you about it, your answer was, well, I can't remember. And that would be the same as said here. They've also pointed out how Amber Heard, how her deposition was different than her being on trial. So how does he come to this conclusion? What is the logic? And I keep saying this over again. We didn't get any clarity as to how he came about these decisions. And that is the biggest part of the appeal. And they will prove over and over again throughout this. I can't read the whole thing because I only got like 15 minutes, but I'll do videos on it to clear this up. And it's over and over again said by his team in the appeal that we want clarity. And if you didn't give us clarity, how could you pass a judgment against us, which is only going to hurt him even more, which is very true. It's totally true.
And you know what? The most, and I've heard people say this in the comments too, this is a dangerous precedent for being public, because this sets a standard in those poor people in the UK. Because if Johnny Depp can't get justice there, what is Joe Smo gonna get when he goes
Oh,
with one of these judges?
and,
This
and
questions the law.
but that also makes when people say, well, men don't step up. This is one of the reasons why men don't step up. You have masculinity, you feel like, man, people are going to make fun of me. My friends are going to make fun of me. Then you feel like, okay, well, the judge is never going to believe me. Amber Heard said that in the recording. She said, Johnny, do you really think they're going to believe you? Or do you think that they're going to believe me? She was very confident when she said that statement. And when I heard it, okay, this is months before this UK bullshit libel came out. She said this months before. Very cocky, very confident. So it makes you wonder, she went into this knowing something, because he was trying to do it. And I'm telling you, if somebody would tell me, if my partner would say, hey, listen, we don't have to go this route, and I don't want to do that, I'd rather end it peacefully too. I don't want to go out paying attorneys, because let me tell you, paying attorneys is a lot of money for a common person like me. You have to pay attorneys. You have to take days off. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg. And so if you're fighting because you know you're telling the truth, great. But if you're fighting because you got to go uphill battle because you're lying, you're best off not going there.
I mean, I'll share a personal story with you guys. This is my own personal life, okay? Because I went through the justice system. I had a great lawyer, a female lawyer, when I was battling my ex for the rights for my daughter. She looked at me the first day, okay? And this is the justice system for guys. She looked at me the first day and she goes, the best we can hope for is that you get to see your kid. We're not even talking about custody or anything else. She said, the burden of truth is going to fall on you. Just think about that as a male who's trying to step up and do the right thing, right? You're told off the bat from a female attorney that, hey, this is the way the justice system goes. You're going to have to pay hundreds of dollars to even first file the case. And then the numerous appearances you got to do, because I had to do 2 or 3 of them. And then I had to go for custody. And then I had to go for the child support. And then I had to go for who pays this, where we meet over here, what we do for 50-50 arrangements.
Exactly. It's a headache, man. It's stress. It lasts for years. This is pretty big. I'm going to read this to you too, General. It says, the judge failed to properly assess her credibility by reference to documentary evidence, photographs, recordings, or otherwise. This is huge. Substantially undermined Ms. Heard, made findings unsupported by the evidence, and she failed to assess whether her allegations could withstand proper scrutiny. The victim, again, Amber Heard, failed to provide the necessary analysis to explain or justify that conclusion. Also, he excluded relevant evidence from his consideration, ignored or dismissed as irrelevant. He excluded relevant evidence from his consideration, ignored or dismissed as irrelevant. Listen to this bozo. I don't mean Nick Wallace. I'm talking about the judge. He ignored stuff. Again, he's not, we hear her story, but you're not, let's put it to the test. Give us, tell us that without shadow of doubt, her story makes more sense than the evidence provided for you, than the witnesses provided for you. Where's her injury? Her injuries were done. Okay, where's the proof? We want to know this. Kind of like why they're going after her charity. She gave the charity. Do you have the receipts, honey? You have the receipts. No? Then how could you just pledged? You don't have receipts. Where are the receipts? You see, I'm getting angry as I read this because it's common sense. It's common sense here. People, what don't we understand? What does the judge not understand out of what they're clearly saying? If she provides something, let's test it out. Where's your logic between what she's saying and what we're showing?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
And this is just it. And look, this whole thing is a product of something that me and you have had to deal with since 2016, and the horrendous Ghostbusters kicked this off. This hashtag Me Too movement
Yes.
has been the ruination of so many people. And, Johnny's case is so important. Hello. Is so important for a couple of different reasons. One, because he is going up against the establishment right now, and the deck is stacked. The media shills are terrified. You guys watch my channel, you can see me cover multiple journalists who are covering this right now.
Right.
Me and Stevie talked about the THR horrendous piece of shit article that they wrote. Right now, go and look at the Google feed. Right, go down, see the other articles. They all quote the same thing. Why is that, people? This is a mass attack because this right here is something scary that nobody wants to admit. And this is one of the reasons why this fight is so important. Because that if Johnny Depp wins, and I'm not even going to say if, when he wins, because this should be a no-brainer in the Virginia ruling. But when he wins, and if he gets this turned over and then wins the UK as well, and he does 2 in a row, this is going to fly in the face of this bullshit theory that they've been having, that all men are evil, sadistic, hashtag believe women, all of this other stuff. You know what? Abuse is not gender specific. Being abused, having terrible things happen to you, that's not one gender. And you know what's horrible? The worst thing, I see in your chat all of these great level-headed women that are in there who have sense, who do great comments, and they even they agree with what we're talking about here, is that that relationships are a couple things, that abuse can transcend both male and female. Okay, abuse is a personality trait. It's something that either sex can do. Okay, so it's not just, oh, you have to automatically believe one side or the other. You have to believe facts. You have to believe what's being presented as tangible evidence. If we ignore these things, if we let these things stand, then anybody anywhere can manipulate truths or non-truths and use them as weapons. This is so important because right now, folks, right now, we have a corrupt media. We have a corrupt individual. And now we have corrupt judges that are sitting there and having bias, and they're having prejudice, and they are feeding into this culture that has been toxic and devastating to everybody who's just trying to do the right thing. And it's really heartbreaking, it's sad, and it's tragic. And if we don't act now, if we don't get behind the right person now, this is going to continue. And this isn't just for celebrities. This is going to be for anybody, for you, for me, anyone who puts their trust into the law, into the justice system, into what's supposed to be right. Okay? If someone as big, as kind-hearted, as nice, someone who has money like Johnny Depp cannot win with facts and truth and doing things the way you're supposed to legally by the law, then that's going to set a dangerous, dangerous precedent for the rest of us. It is going to marginalize, and it is going to hurt all of those poor, helpless victims out there who need justice, men or women. Amber Heard is damaging women too. She is making women who have legitimate, terrible things happen to them look like they can't be trusted. And it's devastating because now it's going to damage that side of the argument. This has so many layers, and all of these con artists, all these little shills like her need to be brought out, because this is more damning. I mean, this is more damning to not only the males, but the females, because Amber fucking Heard is lying. And now it's going to be a question of, can I even trust this person when they make a claim? Think about the female aspect. Females, this is bad for you, because now if this goes the way it's going to go, then there's going to be a question of, well, can I trust if she says something? It's terrible. It's terrible marginalization. It's awful. And I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how to specify how important it is.
General, I got amazing. This happens on the live stream. I have an emergency in my hands and I have to really get going. I can't explain it right now, but there's a big emergency and I do have to get going. I just want to thank Cherry. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank General Zod for being here. If you haven't subscribed to Johnny Depp Project with General Zod, please do. I will do videos based on this appeal. I'm going to start tonight. I just really have to take care of something. Something came up really bad, and I can't explain it right now, but I will explain it all to you. I promise in the next stream. I just really have to get going. Greg Ellis is streaming, so if you all want to shift over to Greg Ellis, please go check him out. If you don't know who he is, he has YouTube, and he's an actor who was with Johnny Depp. So make sure you check him out. Guys, you've been great, and I want to thank you all. And Merry Christmas, and I will see you Saturday. And if General, you want to come back on, you can. I love you all.
I love to. Thank you.
But I just really have to go, so I have to end this very fast. I love you all. Check out General Zod. I'll see you next time. I love you all. Take care. Justice for Depp.